Fly tippers may soon be forced to clean up their own mess and pay fines without going through the courts, under new plans to tackle waste crime.
Now, fly tippers could be forced into clean-up squads to tidy up mess in the areas where they've illegally dumped waste.
Yeah, new government plans would also see councils given new powers to seize money directly from fly tippers, hard to say, to fund their clean-up operations. Our correspondent Jenny Kumar has been out with one of the council's enforcement teams in Swindon.
Fly tipping is an increasing blight on communities, from rural areas like this heap on a lane in Wiltshire to urban spaces, like here in Swindon. I'm out with the council's enforcement team, who say they're working hard to tackle this crime.
I'll put this straight in the van. So here we have a label on this box with a name and address. That would be a clue as to where this originally came from.
So far this year, the team has removed more than 56 tonnes of dumped rubbish from the town's streets. And the council has issued 24 fines, raising £10,000.
Do you think the people that created this mess should be clearing up?
Oh, definitely. They need to be taught how to behave properly as good citizens. And to get them to clear their own mess would be a step in the right direction.
And that's what the government says it now wants to do. Ministers plan to give councils new powers to force offenders to clean up. Authorities would also be able to charge fly tippers up to £300 to cover the clear-up costs.
This is a conditional caution mechanism. What that means is that you accept you have committed the crime, you do your community clean-up, 20 hours of unpaid work, but if you don't do that, then we have a range of further consequences and court appearances.
The local government association, which represents councils in England, say these new powers are welcome, but they need to be properly resourced and supported. The association also wants stronger deterrence, including higher fines when criminals are brought to court. Back in Swindon, the team are doing what they can to keep the streets clean.
This is a week and a half's worth of fly tipping waste that we've collected from all around the borough.
This crime is on the rise. Do you feel you're able to make a difference?
On a very local level, we're already seeing an improvement. Education is the start of everything, but you do need enforcement action as well.
Full details of the government's plans to tackle waste crime are due to be released tomorrow. Communities affected by these offences are impatient for change. Jenny Kumar, BBC News.
The pictures are staggering, aren't they? Let's talk now to Anna Willets, who's an environmental criminal defence lawyer, and also with us Ollie Harrison, who's a farmer.
Morning.
Welcome back to you both. Nice to see you. And Anna, we were talking about this just a few weeks ago, weren't we? And you know, you see those pictures, and we've talked about how damaging this can be. How do you enforce something like this? How do you make people pay fines?
It's very difficult. This kind of offending, as shocking as it is and awful seeing those pictures, it's not quite the same as glassing somebody in a pub on a Friday night where everyone's seen it, it's probably been videoed, we can all see it happening. Right. This kind of offending is very difficult to catch the offenders to then deal with enforcement. There's a lot of fly tipping where I live. I've never seen anybody actually do it. I've never seen anybody actually tip a mattress in a ditch. So it is difficult, I think, to enforce once catching them first and then dealing with it after.
When they're caught, if they're caught, what do you make of this idea that they actually then tidy stuff up, tidy their mess up?
I think that's an absolute genius idea, and I think it's wonderful. When I was at school, if people littered, they were made to go and pick the litter up. However, sorry to be negative, but as I said earlier, you've got to catch them and then stand over them and then watch them clean it up and make sure they do it properly. So a great idea, but I'm not quite sure how it's going to be enforced.
Yeah, the question of where that goes as well, where they take it to.
Yes, and are they going to do it properly? Are they going to do it with the waste carrier's licence? Are they going to take it to a permitted site? Is there any hazardous material in there? And is the local authority going to stand and watch them do it? How will that work? So I'm not sure whether that bit of it is clear to us yet.
Anna, you said you've seen the consequence, the result of fly tipping. You haven't seen people do it. Ollie, this is a problem on your land as a farmer. Have you seen people do it?
Yeah, we've caught them. Yeah, I'm the first bit of countryside as you come out of Liverpool. So when they go to the tip and it's closed and they don't want to take it back home again, they just throw it in our ditch or our hedge or whatever. And we get it every week easily. It's just ridiculous.
I think we can show some pictures of what you have to do. OK.
Yeah, that was just yesterday.
That was just yesterday?
Found it yesterday. Yeah. That's NOS canisters. Right. Seems to be a thing now where they dump that kind of stuff.
It's just lazy people who've just mistimed or just actually can't be bothered to go to the tip and get rid of it.
Well, this is my thing. I think if the tips were open longer and they allowed you to take a commercial vehicle or whatever, it probably would stop it, because a lot of what we get, I think it's a man with a van that's been paid to move the rubbish for someone.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're saying, oh, well, make them come back and clean it up. You could send them the moon, as far as I'm concerned, but you're not really going to catch them. I think they only catch 1 out of 1,000 fly tips.
And when you caught someone, what happened?
A friend of mine forcefully removed them out of the van and got the keys, and then they rung the police. And
we're obviously not advising anyone does this.
No, just gently take them out. Yeah.
We're not advising that either.
Yeah, no, the police and the council obviously got involved, and I think their van was crushed. But, I mean, it's quite rare to catch them. I mean, if we see a van parked in one of our gateways, we'll immediately try and block them in with a tractor to find out what they're doing. We did it the other day to a guy that was just delivering parcels, and he jumped out for a pee, but you'd never know. You know.
Poor bloke.
Yeah.
He'll never be relieving himself in a lay-by again.
But Amazon has made it a bit easier for us, because everyone throws stuff away and it's still got their address on. Yeah. So we did have a case once where a guy, you know, all this stuff was in our gateway and he had an unusual name. Found him on Facebook. The bed that was actually tipped was his profile picture on Facebook was him sat on his bed. So I was like, why is your bed in my gateway? And you know, the council tracked him down, but his mum had paid someone to remove the rubbish.
And Anna, that's the thing, isn't it? Because so many people will have a knock on the door and they say, have you got any rubbish you want to get rid of? And it seems you get rid of it, you don't think about it anymore. But those people need to have a licence that we could be asking to see.
Yes, they should be. Householders should be asking. If somebody comes around with a van and says, would you like me to take your waste away? They should be asking to see their waste carrier's licence, which is a licence that enables them to transport waste. They should also be asking, where is my waste going to? And if they can go a step further, the permit or the site where it's going to check that it is actually a permitted site. If you don't get given that information, I would recommend you don't give them your waste and take it to an HWRC site. I appreciate your frustration with they're not always open. The one near me is open when I'm at work, so it's quite difficult to go there. But yes, for householders, definitely you need to be checking permits and licences.
Will you be checking again today?
Well, I'm out spreading fertiliser, so I'll be going to fields I've not been to for a few weeks, so you can guarantee I'll have to move some stuff to get in. And
where do you take it?
We have a good relationship with the council, so we've helped them move it. Right. But we've literally blocked every gateway so that if it does get tipped, it's not on our land, it's on the highway still. But it means it's a nuisance. Every time we go somewhere, we've got to unlock gates, move concrete bollards. We've actually made concrete blocks out of... We get a wagon tyre, fill it with concrete with a car tyre in so we can lift it up like with the forklift, and we block all our tracks and gateways like that. But hedges and ditches, it generally ends up in.
Anna, Ollie, thank you. Nice to talk to you. We'll keep a close eye on this. We'll talk some more about it, but for now, thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.